without much disturbing the old accustomed ways. The atmosphere has changed. Sure, there's still a good deal of unemployment around, but now many who are working have the 5-day week. And more important, the feeling of imminent disaster, the fear of economic collapse is gone. There's always plenty to talk about in the 30s, and not all of it economic or political by any means. Some stories even push the Depression off the front pages. They're queuing up by the hundreds at the courthouse in Flemington, New Jersey, where the all-American hero of the 1920s has become the tragic figure of the 30s, and now on trial for his life in a drama whose unfolding has shocked and fascinated America and the world. The crime of the century. Now, all the fame of Lindbergh's solo flight to Paris and all the glory that it brought him has turned to ashes. Now, all that is left of his child is some tattered clothing exhibited to convict the child's killer. His name was Charles Augustus Lindbergh, Jr. To escape publicity and curiosity seekers, his parents had moved to an isolated estate in Hopewell, New Jersey, with a homemade ladder, and stole the child away. Weeks later, after $50,000 in ransom had been paid in vain, the baby was found dead. One of the greatest American manhunts ended when Bruno Hauptmann was caught passing the ransom money, and the crime of the century became the trial of the century. The Death House at Trenton, April 1936.
The National Broadcasting Company presents a special bulletin from the Press Radio News. Trenton, New Jersey. Bruno Richard Hauptmann was electrocuted at 8:47 tonight for the murder of the Lindbergh baby.
News, comedy, music. The golden age of radio.
This is an old friend of yours from the days of Vaudeville.
If it's Otto the trained seal, throw him a fish and tell him I visit. Now, wait a minute, Fred. If you'll just take your nose, that one you used to talk through, out of that microphone.
To hear another concert with the NBC Symphony Orchestra under its celebrated conductor, Arturo Toscanini.
On a regular passenger flight from Frankfurt, Germany, the dirigible Hindenburg approaches its destination, Lakehurst, New Jersey.
The ship is no doubt bustling with activities. We can see orders are shouted to the crew. The passengers probably lining the windows looking down at the field ahead of them, getting their glimpse of the mooring mast. It's practically spinning still now. They've dropped ropes out of the nose of the ship, and has been taken a hold up down on the field by a number of men. It's starting to rain again. The rain had slacked up a little bit, just enough to keep it from... It burst into flames. Wait, get it started. It's flashing, and it's flashing terrible. The worst catastrophe in the world. Oh, it's like 400 or 500 feet into the sky, and it's a terrific crash, ladies and gentlemen. The smoke and the flames now, and the frame is crashing to the ground, not quite to the moon.
A time of tragedies, a time of changes, big ones and small. The birth rate has fallen, and women's skirts are lowered too. They're selling a lot more cars these days, and now the word is recovery. Noontime is still lunchtime. But Americans, absorbed in what is happening in their own country, to their own lives, begin to catch distant rumbles from beyond they go their familiar ways. Say, that's some story coming out of England. In England, too, crisis and change. The legendary Prince of Wales, who became Edward VIII, has abdicated. The crown that custom and tradition forced him to reject for the love of a twice-divorced American woman is passing to his younger brother, the Duke of York. Now there is a new king. The empire, shaken and split by the abdication, closes ranks behind. Long live the king. Their Majesties, Queen Elizabeth and King George, with their daughters, Princess Elizabeth and Princess Margaret. A month later, at a villa in France, Edward, now Duke of Windsor, marries Wallace Warfield Simpson of Baltimore. In his abdication speech, he said, "I have found it impossible to discharge my duties as king as I should wish to do without the help and support of the woman I love." What the American journalist H.L. Mencken calls the greatest story since the resurrection is over. At home, the neighborhood news is more humdrum. A letter from a son at a CCC camp, perhaps. The usual births, deaths, and marriages in the local paper. The weekly meeting of the afternoon discussion group on current events. And these days, goodness knows, there's much to discuss. Europe, it seems, isn't all royal romance and new-crowned kings. Only force rules, the dictator Hitler is telling the German people. Force is the first law. Defying the Treaty of Versailles, he sends his Nazi troops into the demilitarized Rhineland. Before the 30s are half over, all major international treaties are broken. According to Hitler, in eternal peace, mankind perishes. But when dictators begin to march, we have buried the putrid corpse of liberty, the dictator Mussolini tells the Italian people. And he says, war alone puts the stamp of ability upon the peoples who have the courage to face it. He has begun his own little war by sending his troops to conquer defenseless Ethiopia.